Welcome back to my channel. At Rome, Tinubu alludes to the fact that the North brought in the terrorist bandits, and that cause was led by Buhari. These are the words of the NSA as reported on Phoenix. We have always known that if there is no hole on the wall, there won't be a way that lizard will creep in. And this is why we have always said that the North, since they love their religion more than anything, that they should allow the Middle Belt, who are majority Christians, they should allow the South, who are majority Christians, have their way. It's allowed we have it in the Constitution that the North will be governed with the Sharia, while the South will be governed by the Christian, belief or a secular belief, or we just easily split. But what do we have? We have a shocking response. A shocking response from the caliphate. They have said, oh, Nigeria is a one big family. That yes, we might quarrel, but we remain indivisible. Watch this video, then we'll continue the analysis.
Every time the North will say, Nigeria is indivisible. Okay, make Nigeria stable and peaceful. They refuse. If it is Christians that are doing this and they are doing in the North, will he still say what he said? They would have been shouting Araba, Araba, Araba like they did the first time. The North should not think that we are fools. So every time they speak as if they want one Nigeria or they love Nigeria. If you love Nigeria, is it not Northerners that went outside there to bring terrorists into Nigeria? No, tell me, was it mention one Christian? Even if Nnamdi did not do that. Yeah, they are talking they want one Nigeria. You can see deceit. The Sultan knows exactly the cause of this insecurity. He knows where it's coming from. He knows the people that profess a particular religion that are behind it. Yet they will not even interrogate it or call a meeting for it.
Welcome back. From that video, you can see that barrister. These are not my words. These are not my words. In fact, it is so shocking that these people, for religious bias, for religious beliefs, can even threaten the wife of the president. There was a sheikh that came out that said the wife of the president is is an infidel, that she needs to be unalive. Are these our family members? Truly? And really? Like, seriously? When you come out to begin to question the status quo, they will bring the mantra, we are one big family. They will bring the mantra, we are one Nigeria. Oh, I made a video. There is this man, a mayor from Texas, America to be precise, a man who is working for the Trump administration. He came to Nigeria, wants to do a fact-finding, research about the supposed Christian genocide. He went to Sokoto, trying to see the supposed Islamic leaders. They were all avoiding him like a plague. They didn't want to see him. They all ran away. And it is so interesting because I know that for as long as the external bodies, begin to frustrate this administration will be forced to speak the truth, as it were. Because for many years, the British have held us together. They've held us and glued us. The legacies of Lord Lugard has not expired, even though we have exceeded the 100 years agreement. In 1940 to 2014, when we had the amalgamation, for which the amalgamation existed, we ought to have a sit down and have a reconsideration about our union. But these were the periods then Northern leaders were saying Nigeria remains indivisible. They said the confab recommendations are not implementable. They said, and this is why they called on the Democrat. They brought in the bandits. The bandits were giving guns and they chased out Jonathan. They chased him out. These things are always happening whenever a Southern candidate is there. If they have their way, they will not want to have a Southern president anymore. And this is why I am calling on Tinubu that coalition people decamping, whatever economic gains, these things will fade away, they will evaporate if he fails to restructure the country. It is when this country is properly restructured that we can say we will have a sustainable, developmental growth. Because no matter what it does, there is always a propensity that another northern leader will come to protect the northern interest, and he will reverse some policies. There's so many policies out there, but but I know they cannot reverse the state police. But again, they will not allow that to be implemented. If Tinubu does the state policing, any northerner that comes in that tries to reverse it, of course, it will lead to anarchy. But the first thing is they will not allow it. You know why? Because the northerners will always remember the son of whom they are. They are forefathers. They are forebears. They are Modibelos. These are the people that have said that Nigeria is their estate. They have that notion. They have always agreed that they are born to rule. They are born to lead. So when this sort of conversations happen, we need an external force. We ourselves cannot. Let me be frank with you. Whether you're a Biafran, whether you're a Sunday Igbo supporter, we alone cannot actually fight the fight. Unless, of course, if the South eventually put aside their differences, at the end of the day, now agree they want to work together. But for that period that they are not the same, they are not agreeing on a unity of purpose. And this is why you see me sometimes, I tend to speak, about the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, I was even shocked when I saw Peter Obi saying that the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't have happened. I'm going to play that short clip, but before I do, let's continue. He is openly supporting the protest. It is unheard of, it is unreasonable, it is irrational and silly for leaders of terrorists, Islamic extremists, to be given a table to negotiate. These are people that come to the table of negotiation, they don't come armless, they come fully armed. I have not seen where it is televised that Nnamdi Kanu is called to a table of negotiation. I have not seen it. It has never been televised. Show me when this one that is going on in the north everywhere, and the NSA, the security apparatus, are watching those meetings being held, and they will not carpet bomb them. They allow them to have those peace meetings. They allow them to have those negotiation meetings. But now, no. We cannot be calling ourselves a family. And by the way, we are not even a family. But the Sultan cannot be calling Nigerian families. And he's seeing this imbalance. Then he's complicit. Because he ought to be saying that if these bandits, these Fulani terror bandits, if they can be going to TV station and be saying that the government should not disturb their enclaves anymore, that they will allow the farmers to go, but they in their own territory, they want to govern themselves, they just want to stay on their own, the government should not come and bomb them, because if they bomb them, they will unleash terror again. And since then, nothing has happened, the government have let them be, and they started releasing hostages. Then it behoves on the government of equity. Then it is only common sense, because the international communities are watching. Is it that because Nnamdi Kanu is a Muslim? Is a Christian? Is it because Nnamdi Kanu is a Christian? Is it because Nnamdi Kanu is a black Jew as he has proclaimed himself? Or is it because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man? There shouldn't be this one-tom double standardness. No. And Tinubu must understand that it is not enough to cry. It is not. Crying out through the NSA, Rebadu, that Buhari allegedly brought in the bandits is not enough. If Nigeria must move forward, a total overhaul of the constitution must happen. A total overhaul of the constitution must happen. Because if Tinubu gets kicked out at the end of the day, or he expends his 10 years or whatnot, or his 8 years, we all understand that whoever comes in will go in there and do the deeds of the northern oligarchs. Yes. And he will do it with so much acceleration and aggression that the South might just be annihilated politically. I am telling you, they will ensure that there are now new policies and schemes that will probably just obliterate the Yorubas in the Nigerian politics. But I know the Yorubas will never become. They would now propaganda for propaganda. Now that one gonna go happen. That one not go happen. If Tinubu believes that the Western powers are after our resources, because I saw that yesterday, he was mentioning it, I think at the Rome or whatever the Insecurity symposium they went for, trying to rally the African leaders back home. The Fulani bandits, whether they are local Fulanis, whether they are foreign Fulanis, these people are going after Nigerians' indigenous lands for resources. Let Tinubu sort that first by establishing a state police. When he does that, then we can what? Show an example to all African countries that are not already practicing state policing. There can't be a way that you believe that I have to. Why do you think there is no banditry? There's no theft. I mean, there's no level of foreign invaders or some part of America who see themselves as superior to go and attack Texas. I mean, we know that Texas, the Tennessees, these are the places that have so much oil. Why is it that you think there was a time that there was gold rush? As at that time there was gold rush in the early 18th centuries, in the 1700s, just shortly before the independence of America, and during the early days of independence of America, there was something we called gold rush. That period of time, there were bandits everywhere. These were the things that led to state police creation, wherein everybody had their own police. You see the Texas police, you see the New York State Police Department, you see the Massachusetts. You just see them. Everybody now has guide your people, guide their resources. Period. Guide your people, guide their resources. Don't be say the one man who calls himself the leader of a religious sect will tell you Nigeria is indivisible, but when you look at the military, you look at the people who are there are majority people from his own ethnic line. So he can actually some way influence them using religion. Yes. If you don't know that now. Oh, you think if something if anything wants stop, you tell think if anything wants stop, if this man who is a religious sect of the north, a leader of the religious sect of the north, you think there are things that he cannot say that he will use to balkanize the army? You certainly think? The last day we saw a Muslim Nigerian army who was apologizing for threatening a Christian, his colleague who was a Christian. We saw it on the dailies. What was the reason of that threat? Because that guy was simply, a Christian. I mean, it's hilarious and it's ridiculous. The Nigerian army, the army of any country, is supposed to be, non-religious, apolitical. But for Nigeria, I don't think that is the matter. I don't think that is the case. It is unfortunate and it's so scary that at this stage, Tinubu still think that the words of the Sultan that we are one big family still holds true. No. If the oil in Bayelsa, if the oil in River State, if those oil get dried up today, my brother, there won't be a one family matter again. There wouldn't be. Because I know that the only reasons why these people force themselves to be with us as one is simply because of the resources that is abundantly, deposited and laying fallow in the south, right there from the middle belt into the south. It is not enough. Tinubu must understand that Oga, restructure Nigeria. Have a sit down with the Southern caucus leaders, the common men from the middle belt. What is the way forward? What can we do to ensure that you yourself feel you have a part of this country. The only people who understand, who feel they own this country are the northerners, because they know that whether they work or they no work, something will drop. If the south stop working today, the south cannot rely on the north. And that's the truth. If the south stops working today, the south cannot rely on the north. That is just a clean, plain truth. So, what will they talk? Why are we wasting the time? And for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his own case, there has been so many conversations regarding that. But let's listen to Peter Obi's own argument as to whether Nnamdi Kanu should be released or not.
As a plan for Sowore to organize a free Nnamdi Kanu protest this week. I don't know if you are in tune with that arrangement.
Well, let me tell you, I've always been consistent on Nnamdi Kanu's flight. There was no need for the arrest in the first place. And I've always said that for me, and discuss with anybody who said it clearly, and I meant there. And I thank those who actually trying to do with what I'm saying for a long time. Go and check what I've said before 2020, 2022, even in 2024. I've said, and now that he has gone, because he's been to court, the rules should be followed. Not just for Nnamdi Kanu, for all agitators across the nation. Let's dialogue with them. There's nothing wrong with anybody agitating or saying, let's dialogue with them. And whatever we do with them, let's follow the rules. So I thank the organizers and I thank those who are involved. Thank you.
Excellency, the results of the outcome of the 2022 election, they remain in public domain as debates up to today. Obviously because of the role of INEC and other political factors. Today we have a new INEC chairman in place, and we are working towards a new general election. What are your expectations for this new leadership of INEC regarding conduct, outcome of the process?
Very simple. He's a Nigerian. We want a new Nigeria where elections will be free, fair, and credible. And that people who have the competence, the capacity, the compassion, the character and commitment to lead the nations are elected. It's for good of everybody. None of us is going to be here forever. And none of us is going to be in our position forever. So whatever position we find ourselves is to do the right thing. So I wish him well. When he's confirmed, I will congratulate him and tell him to know that one day he's going to leave that post. Let it ensure that he keeps his reputation.
Well, a lot of your followers, especially among the obedient movement, are quite worried about your presence in the ADC, because many people actually perceive that it will seem Atiku has a strong hold on that coalition, and they fear he will not get it.
Let me tell you, first is that Atiku is a very dear elder brother and leader that I have a lot of respect for. I'm a member of Labour Party, and I belong to the coalition forming ADC for presidential election in 2027. And I can tell you, other parties are going to join, other people are going to be part of it. Other people are going to be part of it.
So does it mean that they are meeting with, because there are people that are going to move to PDP? Are you still telling about that, go to PDP again?
All of us are going to come together as a people. That's my belief. That for us to do the right thing for the country, all well-meaning people now have to come together to rescue the country.
Are you assuring Nigerians that you'll be on the ballot for 2027?
I'm contesting, and I'm sure I will be. And people who have looked at it, They have to look at who is competent, who have the capacity.